Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a giveaway within the video, so you will find out what you need to do if you just watch the video. I'm also only using drugstore products in this video, just like my last one. I feel like that really benefits more people than using the expensive makeup, although I will probably be doing videos with more high-end makeup because I do enjoy that too. I certainly don't think that you need those things. In this video, I share some new things that I have tried, and I'm going to continue to do that, and hopefully you can actually, gain some kind of value. For today's video, I decided to do this brown smoky look. Brows look angry. I got a new light, so we'll see if this helps. So the room behind me is pretty dark because it's a very overcast day. Is that a word? There's a lot of clouds in the sky. I know this is only my second video and I've already slacked because I was supposed to upload these every Monday. But I got a new phone. I wanted to wait and do video with my new phone because better quality, and I was excited, and that's just what we're doing. And this new phone has so much detail in it, which is amazing, but I just realized how yellow my teeth are. So today's look is going to be a brown smoky eye. I think this is super great for everyday, weddings, prom, etc. Also, I've tried out a lot of new products this week, and I kind of wanted to give my opinions on them. Some are good, some are bad. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I make clay earrings. They're super cute, and I'm going to be giving away a pair. To win, you have to watch the video, of course. You have to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment done under the video on YouTube. The first thing that we're going to do, of course, is moisturize. I'm using the Advanced Clinicals Retinol Firming Cream. Okay, let's not do that. So after that dries, we're going to move on to foundation. First, I wanted to talk about a couple things that I tried this week. I tried the Revlon Color Stay Full Cover Foundation. It's a matte foundation. However, I have extremely dry and textured skin, so this just dried my skin out even more and added a lot more texture. With matte foundations, these typically are for people that have oily skin. If you have oily skin or just normal skin and you want a full coverage, give it a try and let me know what you think about it. It didn't work for me. It looked like I spackled my face. My face looks like a popcorn ceiling in general. So I wanted to talk about Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This was like $4. It's a super good alternative if you don't want to spend a lot of money on foundation. They've really stepped up since the high school days when it was just like a runny chemical that people put on their face and it looked terrible. It's not, they've really have improved their formula. This one is a dewy foundation, which is good for people that have dry skin or normal to dry skin or textured skin. I actually really liked it. Today I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I really like this because A, it smells real good, and B, it just looks good. It's super breathable. It's amazing for people that have dry skin like me. I'm using shade 410. The only reason I bought this foundation was because I got a lot of points on Fetch Rewards for it, and I bought it and I tried it and I loved it. Also, if I'm not looking directly into the camera, I don't know where my camera is, so I've been getting a lot of breakouts. I think it's from my mask because you're breathing a lot of bacteria onto your face all day. I never have breakouts. To help kind of fight the breakouts, you need to make sure that you're cleaning your sponge often, throwing it away when it gets disgusting. I'm not practicing what I'm preaching because look at that thing. Wash your brushes, wash your face, wash your sponges, wash your pillowcases. This foundation just lays so lightly on my skin and it looks so pretty. If you want to have a little bit more coverage, you can put another layer. Just make sure that this one's dry first. Also, I forgot to talk about primer. I've been using the e.l.f. primer. It's the Poreless Face Primer. It's really good. I kind of judged it wrongly wrongly. Is that a word? Because it came out like a runny oil, and I just was like, what the heck is this? Like the third time I used it, it came out like a cream. So I guess I just didn't shake it up good enough. So I know I talked about podcasts on my last video. And I forgot to mention that I love listening to Coffee Combos. One of like the OG Teen Moms, Kale Lowry and Lindsay Chrisley. I have been a Teen Mom watcher since the beginning of Teen Mom. She was not always my favorite, to be completely honest. But after listening to her podcast, she has easily become one of my favorite teen moms. If you like Teen Mom, and even if you kind of like don't like her, don't judge the podcast, because you know, you get to see minutes of her life on the show, and I don't think they always necessarily portray or show everything honestly, like what's going on. And her podcast is very raw and it's funny, and she talks about a lot of mom stuff, but it's not all mom stuff. She talks about hot topics and things like that. I just really like it. I really like her. Okay. So the concealer that I'm using, I'm still using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Soft Concealer. Took the stopper out of the top of it so like more product would come out. I don't know why, but when my electricity goes out, I automatically assume that someone is outside of my house and they've cut my electric and they're coming to kill me. I guess like old scary movies have programmed me to think that if your electric is cut, like you can't call for help. But that's just not true anymore because we have cell phones. I don't know why I think that, but I do. To set the concealer, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun Loose setting powder. So I just put a little in the lid, and I take my sponge and fold it like a taco and just pat it. Do you see all that flying around? Ew, sick. Looks like it's snowing in here. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, I think we're putting up our Christmas tree today. La 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 la. So my oldest brother, who is in the military, I haven't seen him in probably a couple years, to be honest, maybe even a few. He doesn't get to come home that often. He's in California at the moment, but he's coming in for Christmas. And then my other brother, he comes in more often. He lives in Michigan. It's gonna be kind of a rare situation where like I get to see both my brothers at the same time, but I don't know what to get them for Christmas. Men are hard to shop for. Am I right? So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. Ooh, I could be a rapper. We are gonna move on to, actually, I'm gonna do my bronzer now because Kylie Jenner does her bronzer right after her setting powder. So Cheyenne is gonna do her bronzer right after her setting powder. She said it's a must, okay? So we're doing it. Picking my bronzer brush, and I'm still using the City Bronzer by Maybelline New York, and I use 200. Ooh, another thing is quit blowing on your brushes because you're blowing bacteria onto your brushes. Look at the snow in here. I mean, I swear. Just tap the excess off. I seen on TikTok a girl that was putting her bronzer up here and then down, not necessarily in the hollow of her cheek, and she kind of had like a fuller face like me. So I'm gonna do that and just kind of see how it turns out for me. So I always put it here and then up in my hairline. You're kind of framing your face so that it looks smaller. I have a big head, and I don't think it's because I have a big brain. Puts it like in her temple and then drags it down her cheek, kind of above the hollow of her cheek, and she kind of goes heavy right here. So that's what I'm gonna try today. And then of course on your jawline, a little bit on the bottom of your chin. You know, I think she's onto something. This honestly looks a lot better. I know it looks wild right now because I still have setting powder and stuff on, but Okay, so now I'm going to take a fluffier brush, and I'm going to dip in the bronzer that I just used just very lightly and tap off the excess. And then I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. Put a little on the bottom of my nose. I'm using a new palette today. I got it at Walmart. It was really cheap, like 10 bucks maybe. It is Profusion Cosmetics, and it's the Sienna's palette. I'm going to create a little bit of a smoky eye with a little bit of a terracotta transition-ish color-ish. First, we're going to use a transition color, which is really important for making your look blend together and just not look so harsh and slapped on. I'm going to take a fluffier brush. And I got these brushes at Walmart. They got like a marble handle. They came in a pack. They were really cheap. I'll link them below. Oh, shoot. I forgot. First, we're going to put some concealer on our eyelids because it helps act as like a primer. Just put it all over the lid. And actually, before we do that transition color, we are going to use a color in the palette that is kind of skin color. We're going to put that all over the concealer to set the concealer. So I'm just going to take a fluffier brush, and I'm going to use the color Polite, and I'm just going to pat that all over the concealer, and it sets it and it gives you a really smooth base. Now that we've got the base down, we can move on to our transition color. So we're using Oasis. We're just going to kind of use windshield wiper motions and go right on your brow bone and super lightly go back and forth. And you want to start with just a little bit of product at first and then build it up to be as intense as you would like it to be. So I'm going to get a little close so you can see what I'm doing. Don't judge my brows. It's been a while since your girl has had a wax. And keep building on it till it gets as dark as you would like it to be. So we had to put a child lock on our bathroom door because my 2-year-old keeps going in there and throwing things in the toilet and flushing them, and it keeps getting clogged. So we went to Lowe's a while back because this has been going on for a while. We went to Lowe's and we bought this like toilet auger thing. It's basically like this big, huge wire thing that you stick down your toilet and you crank it and it pulls out anything that's clogged in your toilet. It was like $45. It was that serious. Plunger was not helping the situation at all. We needed like serious help. We bought this thing and we've had to use it multiple times, so I finally just got tired of doing it and I put a lock on the bathroom. The things we pulled out of that toilet yesterday, and we got out a spoon, like a metal spoon, one of my favorite necklaces, which got ripped apart with the toilet auger thing. I know, it makes your ovaries hurt, doesn't it? Now that we've got the transition color, we're going to move on to our crease color, and I'm using my e.l.f. crease brush. And I'm going to go the color directly underneath it. It's called Fearless. You're going to find your crease, which is like that hollow part of your eye, and just very lightly follow along your crease. This is going to help give your eye some depth. Ooh, that sounded so smart of me. It really sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? This color is just such a pretty transition into the brown. It looks a little orange on camera, but it's more of like a terracotta. So now I'm going to switch to, it's a fluffy brush, but it's kind of flat. And I'm going to use the color Groovy, which is the brown in the palette. And this is a dark color, so just get a little bit at first. And we're going to do a V motion on our outer lid, kind of bringing it up into the crease a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then after that, we're going to blend. Well, you're going to take a blender brush with no product on it, and you're just going to do circular motions super lightly over all the colors to kind of blend them together like that. And now we're going to do our lower lash line. I'm going to take the color Oasis, which was the transition color that we used up top, and put it all over the bottom. I want it to be a little thicker because I want it to peek through the darker color that I'm going to be putting on. Kind of blend it up into that corner that you've made, that wing. Now I'm gonna go into the color Groovy again, which is that dark brown. And I'm gonna follow my lash line all the way across and then make it a little bit thicker on this outer corner here. And just be smudgy with it. It doesn't have to be a precise line. This is where you can kind of be creative on your own. You can add a shimmer to this inner corner onto your center lid. You can add a matte, you can add a glitter. I'm gonna add a little bit of gold into this look just because I think it would be pretty. I'm gonna use the color Tickled in the palette. It's shimmery. I'm gonna take a flat lid brush, just kind of pat that on the center of my eye and bringing it into the corner a little bit. This isn't a super intense shimmer. It's pretty subtle. And then we'll blend it all together once I've got that built up to the color that I'm happy with. So pretty. Your blender brush and just kind of blend it into those darker colors. I'm gonna dust away my loose setting powder. I'm just using the e.l.f. Total Face Fluffy Brush. What else should we? I swear. I'm gonna take my pinky and I'm gonna dip into this exclusive color. It's like a shimmery champagne color, and I'm gonna put it on my inner corner just to add a little pop. Boom. And it's actually a gorgeous highlight color. If you want to put it on your lip, you can put it up here on your cheek. We're gonna do some eyeliner. I'm using the e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner, and it's a felt tipped eyeliner. I'm gonna grab my mirror because I need to get up close and personal with myself. I like this eyeliner because it's like a marker. You're just gonna go all the way across, getting it. I'm gonna get as close to my lash line as I can. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of a wing to mine. So I'm gonna kind of go like at the very corner of my eye where the bottom and the top meet. And I'm gonna draw it up at an angle like that. And then I'm gonna go back up to the top and drag it down to meet that upper line and then just fill it in. So that side's done, and I'm gonna do the other side. You don't have to do a wing liner if you don't want to. You can also just use the eyeliner pencil if you want. You can use a brown liner. You can use whatever you want. So I'm gonna take a black pencil liner now and do my bottom lash line. I'm using the LA Colors Auto Eyeliner, and I'm gonna do it on that waterline. Is it a waterline or a watermark? Oh, watermark is what you put on your pictures when you don't want people to steal them. So I'm putting it all along the waterline, and I'm bringing it down just a little on this outer corner, and then I'm gonna take a small angled or a small flat brush again and smudge it out a little bit so that it's not so intense. I think next week I'm gonna do a no makeup look, or like an everyday fresh face look. These first two videos have been pretty dramatic. So I'm gonna go on to mascara, and I'm using the Super Sizer CoverGirl mascara. There's a lot of trees outside my window, and I'm the type of person that when I look at things, like when I look at paint on the wall or texture on the wall or on the floor, I automatically can see faces. Like, okay, that sounded really psychotic. So now we've got our mascara on. If you need to do your brows, you can do your brows. I already did mine a little bit. Last time I recommended the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. This time I'm going to be recommending the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I'm using the color Brunette. It is just like the CoverGirl one, except I think the color is just a little bit better, to be honest. And it's cheaper. I go through brow pencils very quickly. So finding one that I really liked that was a little bit cheaper was amazing for me. Oh, okay, so I got chickens, and I feel like I should update you on my chickens. I don't know why. You probably don't care. So we got these chickens. They were laying about an egg a day, and then all of a sudden they just stopped laying, which is getting colder outside. So I cleaned out their coop, and I posted a TikTok video of me cleaning their coop out. Someone commented and was like, hey, if you hang a light in their coop, they'll keep laying, because they stop laying in the winter because it gets dark so fast. So we're gonna get a light for the chicken coop, and see if that works. I'm using the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine Blush. That girl in my TikTok video was putting it more up here and on the side of her head instead of right in front of her face. It suits my face shape better. I've always felt like I had a masculine face, like a big boxy masculine face, and this kind of, instead of being so heavy on the jaw, it kind of brings everything up here, and I really like it. So thanks, girl. Next, I'm going to move on to lips. I'm using the Maybelline New York Color Sensational Shaping Liner in 105 Nude Whisper, and this has easily become my favorite lip liner. So it's kind of creamy and then it dries down matte. And honestly, I love this color so much. Most of the time I just wear it by itself. I look lopsided. And to keep it from like feeling dry, sometimes I'll take some clear chapstick and just like pat it over top of it. Also, life hack, did you know that most of your lip liners, even the cream ones, have a sharpener built into the bottom? Because when I figured this out the other day, my mind was freaking blown. Because the worst thing about these creamy ones are, if you get it up too high, they break off so easily. I feel like I've dropped some like really helpful tips in this video. I have ate this whole pan of cheesecake by myself. Next, I'm going to use a setting spray before I put on my lashes. And I'm using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And the word around YouTube is this is a dupe for the... Anyway, it's really good. It has the same ingredients in it as a lot of the high-end setting sprays. It does not feel good in the throat. I use the Ardell Wispy Lashes or the Ardell Naked Lashes. They're really good. I absolutely love them. I'll link them below. They look so natural and so pretty. So I use the Kiss Lash Strip Adhesive. Look how pretty those are. I really love them. And then once that dries, you can take your eyeliner again and go over just the band of the lashes if it's not blending right. I'm going to be linking everything that I used in this video in the description box below. Remember that you could win a free pair of my clay earrings if you like, subscribe, and comment. Also, if you have any suggestions on the kind of makeup or the kind of video that you would like to see next, comment below or message me and tell me. I'm gonna try to be here every Monday doing some type of makeup related, skincare related, life related. I don't know why I think that people care about my life, but sometimes I like to think that they do. Bye.